it's your boy Blank Kazuke. How you all doing? So guys, today I'll be talking about some of the ongoing anime that I think you should watch. So without any further ado, let's just jump straight to the video. So the first anime is Higehiro. Is this anime condoning pedophile and kidnapping? Absolutely not. Is the premise odd? Yes, but the story is self-aware of it, and there are logical explanations for why this is the case. Though not all have been revealed, nevertheless, this is not a perfect anime. Talking about characters, a strong positive is the characters of Sayu and Yoshida. You feel for this girl who clearly has emotional baggage that makes her the way she is. She never has, by her own admission, felt wanted in the right way, and it is touching to see the characters in this show come and save her. She never, Yoshida, while not as complex and interesting a protagonist as Sayu, does serve as a foil to help transform her into a better person. I only hope he stays to his morals and does not do an Usagi drop on us. I'll say without spoiling anything that their relationship so far is more akin to father and daughter, and the latest episode made it clear that their dynamic is moving in that direction. A lot of other supporting characters are good as well, and all serve important purposes as foils to Yoshida and Sayu. Talking about art, the art style is a pleasant style, nothing special but more than serviceable for this anime. Nothing is inherently wrong about it, and it does serve the story and characters well. However, there aren't any shots that stand out. The opening and the ending are great though and properly portray the message of this anime. Sound, I felt that some of the music choices for episode 6 felt somewhat out of the touch for the anime. However, I do like the opening and the ending. Overall, this anime does not deserve the Twitter outrage it gets online. Overall, it's a touching story that thrives on its story and characters. Sayu and Yoshida are both likable characters, and the story gives them adequate breathing room to be fleshed out. I only hope that this story continues to deliver with its quality. Next up is Nagatoro-san. This is a fun show. The first episodes might give off a really sadistic vibe, but the later episodes it gets really wholesome. Nagatoro-san is not a story-driven anime, it's gag. There is character progression, which is a key part to storytelling, and this exact thing is what kept me interested. Yes, the bullying is really bad in the first 2 episodes, but the anime starts getting interesting when you start to see more of Nagatoro's personality. The main character also makes some changes. Great example in the latest episode. In his personality, which he gives me high hopes for the future. The art is great. A big selling point of this show is the facial expressions, which are amazing, especially the soon iconic Nagatoro's mark. The drawings are vibrant and solid, animation is flawless, great opening song, and voice acting is as it should be. Nagatoro's voice actress is perfect in my book. This is one of those shows where it gets better the longer you watch it. I was even surprised that it was only episode 5 there and there were major positive personality shifts. It went from sadistic bully porn to an awkward romance story, and it's great. The show has some lewd, questionable moments. Great example was the soap scene that was kinda cringeworthy, but it's not half hentai. It's not worse than your average fan service, so it's a pretty safe watch. Although I don't recommend watching it in public. Big warning, this show has Among Us references. If you can't handle those, which I fully understand, this show might not be for you. Next up is FUMETSU no ANATA. This anime was a big surprise for me. It was like I received a stimulating shock with this new story premise. The story itself is captivating and very interesting. The storyline gets you stuck and the story flows as you try to imagine the future and the development of each character. But I warn you, bring more than one tissue box because you will use them all in just one episode. This anime is the most heart-wrenching piece of art that I have seen this season, let alone this year. The character of Fushi seems to represent the life of an individual, the things they learn, the emotions they feel, and the people they meet. While he appears bland to the audience, this blandness makes sense since we are essentially looking at a baby developed into a person. This anime also makes you fall in love with every side character only to take them away from you so quickly. And yet, you can't help but fall in love with these characters given how well written they are. The art is spectacular, and if you told me this was made by Hayao Miyazaki or Makoto Shinkai, I would believe you. It is probably my favorite OP for this season. If not this year, at the moment, I feel that it is hard to not sound nitpicky with these negatives. Maybe it's weird that Hayase smiles in certain situations. I don't know, I give up. This anime is too good. Overall, this anime is really just good. And given this character is an immortal, I worry that the constant killing of side characters will hinder my enjoyment of this anime as a whole. However, you should definitely watch this anime, you will love it. Next up is Iruma-kun second season. This one is a great anime to watch. I know it's not finished yet, but I love the first season more. I recommend to also see the manga. It has a beautiful art style. The story is not that original to be honest, but they made it so well that it's okay. As the story progresses, it gets much better every time. I think this time they will only cover up to an arc that I can't talk about because of spoilers. It's still very good and I recommend it for sure. Talking about the art, I know Iruma looks like Midoriya, but you don't know how good the art is coming from the next arc and beyond. If they make it like the manga style, for me it's not the best art, but it's pretty enjoyable. Also about the sound, I like the opening and the ending more in the first season to be honest, but all the background sounds and stuff like that is pretty cool. If I talk more about this, I'm gonna come with more spoilers, so I'm just gonna end it here. Overall, I will tell you to watch this anime. It's a pretty fun anime to watch. You will love it. Next up is Tokyo Revengers. This anime is one of the better anime this season has to offer. The story is not something special, but I'm just gonna talk about this anime a little bit. You have the main character who finds out that his middle school girlfriend died. He suddenly finds himself traveling through time, ending up to 12 years in the past, realizing he now has the chance to rewrite the future and save her from the tragic fate. Talking about the art, it is okay, it's not really amazing, but it's also not that bad. I checked out the first few manga chapters to compare the manga art with the anime art, and I must say that I actually think the anime art looks much better than the manga art. Manga art really doesn't look that good in my opinion, so I have to say respect to the studio. They are actually doing a better job than I thought they would. Let's talk a little bit about the main character, Takemichi Hanagaki. Even though he is the main character, there is not much I can say about him. He isn't really special or unique, but also not a bad character. One thing that I don't really like about him is how he keeps switching from a full serious mode, knowing exactly what he needs to do, into a guy who absolutely has no idea what to do. However, I respect for him for always trying his best and not giving up even if the odds aren't in his favor. The enjoyment of this anime is, as I mentioned earlier, this is definitely one of the best anime of the season. It's also a show where I'm always hyped for a new episode and where I'm trying to watch it as fast as I can. Overall, I really recommend you to watch this anime, especially if you are into anime where it comes to characters going back in time to change the future from certain events. So guys, that will be all for today. It's been your boy Blank Kazuke. I'll see you guys soon. Take care and peace.